This video is brought to you by my supporters on Patreon. Hey guys, salut, this is Alex. So this week I am in New York. I'm mainly here for two reasons. First one, I'm attending the Shorty Awards. Merci beaucoup. Thanks a lot. And second, I'm shooting episode for another YouTube channel called Eater. Since I'm here, I thought maybe let's take this opportunity and make a video about something I'm really fond of. Bagels. I've been doing a series about them in the past, but this time I want it to be different. I don't want it to be a list of the go-to places. I want it to be more personal. I'm gonna switch my breakfast routine and go full New York for a whole week. No croissant, no bread and butter, nothing. Just bagels every morning. And we'll see if I learn something from it or if I just can't stand it anymore at the end of the week. I'm sure there's something to learn right there. Right, Sunday. So I arrived yesterday night quite late, and this morning I felt basically depleted. Wouldn't go as far as saying exhausted, but I'm definitely tired. Jet lagged basically. So I took the subway and I went straight to Manhattan to a place called Liberty Bagels. Bacon, egg and cheese. That is exactly the type of food that I'm looking for when I'm jet lagged or like hangovered. It worked really well. It did fill my batteries up, my dead batteries, especially with that small-ish cup of coffee on the side. Usually I'm not that big of a coffee addict, but in the case of bacon, egg and cheese, that works just beautifully. So what's the takeaway from this morning? Well, I think the location was wrong. Not because it's a bad place, no, that place is legit and I stand by this. If I really were to be living in New York and having bagels every morning, and that's the spirit of this experiment, then I would probably pick a place close to where I stay. I'm staying in Brooklyn, in Williamsburg, so I need to find a place that is both legit but also close to where I stay. Something I'm gonna be looking for tomorrow morning. Yes! I found a place. It's definitely not your Instagrammable palace, but you know, it's a good, reliable bagel joint, and they seem to do it proper. I mean, since I got to cross that Williamsburg Bridge every morning anyway, I think that place is gonna be my go-to this week. Right, so this morning I felt way more energized than yesterday. I felt like I wanted to take a bite of that beautiful big apple. Although, to be honest with you guys, I also felt a bit nervous because it was my first day filming with Eater. I am on the Brooklyn end of the Williamsburg Bridge, and I'm about to cross it afterwards to go and shoot things in Manhattan. So I went for something solid yet fresh and very New Yorky. This. An everything bagel with cream cheese inside. Solid, not overwhelming. It has garlic, onions, poppy seeds, sesame seeds, and salt. Garlic, that's not my go-to when it comes to breakfast. This morning I was in the mood to get some garlic and to crunch into the hectic lifestyle of my week. And it definitely worked. I had today just the right amount of energy. There is something else that I noticed. A bagel is really versatile, especially compared to, for example, the croissant that I absolutely adore so much. This morning I'm starving, so I'm having 2 croissants. It's a lot of richness for just one breakfast. It's bad to compare a croissant with a bagel, but in the defense of a bagel, I had it fresh and solid, but I could have it heavy and sweet, butter instead of cream cheese. You can adapt your breakfast to whatever comes during your day. I know that this week, some days will be hectic, some days will be a bit more relaxed. I can balance it out. That's good. Good morning, guys. I'm on the Williamsburg Bridge. This is bagel breakfast number 3, and this morning I basically asked you guys, and you pointed at the New York classic cream cheese, capers, salmon and tomatoes. Instead of having it on location, I decided to have it on the go. So how am I supposed to hold the camera, the cup of coffee and the bagel in between my teeth? So following your suggestion, I had a lox bagel, which was fantastic. This is a very good choice. Thank you guys so much. The folding on this one is very nice. Okay, bagel time. I love the lox flavor. It's salty, but it's soft. This one is a treat. Along with a cup of coffee, you didn't say that. It was a choice of mine because I wanted to have it full New York style. Very poor choice, I'm afraid. Something that I notice, New Yorkers seems to go for coffee in the morning, and that's exactly the same in Paris. And yet the situations are quite different. I mean, croissant, they have this caramelized, slightly sweet vibe to them, where coffee has this robust, roasted, slightly bitter vibe to it. And I think it's a perfect match. And now for bagels, and I don't want to make too many enemies, the situation is a bit more complex. Bagels are so versatile. Bacon, egg and cheese bagel with a coffee, it works. I got nothing to say about this. However, the food pairing between coffee and lox, no. Sorry, what you gonna do, huh? Alright, and that concludes bagel breakfast number 3. This morning was eye-opening for me. Eye-opening. It doesn't mean it's bad, it just means that I need to adapt to this situation. I just maybe need to give it a bit more thinking, okay? Good morning, guys. Today I'm gonna be shooting an episode with Eater again. I'm supposed to be in Manhattan in like 30 minutes. Anyways, I'm not super hungry this morning. I really wonder what I'm gonna order at the bagel shop. Okay, let's get going. I'm gonna be late. So I think both here and in Paris, I have a pretty busy lifestyle. I could be shooting some stuff in the morning, croissant for example, and then having meetings later down that day. This is Madison Square Park. 9 minutes to get my bagel. 9 minutes before the shoot starts. No butter stain so far. Stain on my shirt. That happened to me so many times. You see that fat stain? It's a side effect of the croissant that currently sits in my pocket. Turns out that in New York City, those bagels are wrapped up so tightly in aluminum foil plus paper, nothing is leaking, and that's great because then I don't have to be disgusting when I meet somebody new. The bagel I had this morning, I'm having a toasted cinnamon raisin butter bagel. Was the cheapest so far, and yet if you were to consider the bacon, egg and cheese bagel and the lox bagel, those bagels were so much more expensive than my usual breakfast. I'm not saying this is too much regarding what I get. I'm just saying this is a different approach to breakfast. Now this tastes like morning to me. I would never go for lox like that early in the morning. No, I need something to wake me up, but gradually. I don't want to slap in the face. I'm gonna leave you guys to it and catch up later, okay? I'm pissed basically because this morning I wanted to have a bagel at my local joint. I'm a local now. I think they miss me. Most likely I miss them. And yet I couldn't make it because I took the subway to go to Flushing in the Queens. And on top of that, instead I made quite a poor decision. I went to a super random supermarket to get a bagel. Bagel breakfast number 5. And spoiler alert, it's not the best one. The bread was foamy and squishy. None of the ingredients really shine through. If you want a good bagel, then buy a good bagel. Alex 2019. I would never do that for a croissant, so why did I do that for a bagel? Well, I didn't think enough. Lesson learned. Right, last day in New York City today. This morning I want to get a good bagel. I want to remember the city. I want to print those streets in my vein. This is the final and 6th bagel breakfast. Every morning this week I've been crossing this bridge, riding my bike. A very cool way to discover the city from another angle. I developed a new relationship with New York. For my last breakfast in New York, an everything bagel with cream cheese. Over the years I've been learning about myself, and that is a very typical Alex move. A simple bagel in the end. Just something that sums up New York so much for me. Ah, look at this bottom. It's something completely different from what I had yesterday. I think this is the East River, the West River, Hudson River, probably the East River. This is the drink I choose to go with my everything bagel. A big warm cup of Earl Grey tea. Light, warm, citrusy, refreshing, and then cream cheese goes way better with tea. Match made in heaven. So I thought switching my diet, my breakfast diet, would probably be interesting from the things I could learn and the things I could bring to it as well. I think I brought something to the game. I'm French, okay? I need to be cocky about something. Having a sweet bagel, having a light bagel, dynamic of flavors and heaviness. I could be able to have bagels every morning. Croissant definitely has that sweet, decadent vibe to it, where the bagel is more about the hustle and bustle. And since my schedule in New York was so hectic, I needed that slap in the face in the morning. It's full of energy, that's for sure. It's not that expensive. A few times have I just kept the other half of the bagel for later that day, just for lunch, for example. In this case, I can't consider the bagel to be expensive. Now a question for the future: would I have bagel for a week again? Yes, definitely. Will I amend my diet back in Paris? Yes, I'm gonna have more savory food in the morning, because that is definitely doing something good to me. I'm definitely more woken up. I want to find that go-getting attitude again in Paris. I might go for a little croissant from time to time. I kind of miss them. Huh? I mean, at the end of the day, you are who you are. Maybe there's another breakfast somewhere on the planet that would be even better suited for my lifestyle. And maybe you know the answer to this. So please comment this video down below and tell me. I hope you enjoy this vloggy, breakfasty episode. If you did, then give it a big like, sub, share. You know what you have to do. We catch up in the next one. Bye bye. Salut.